Why Nigerian Christians and Muslims are now divided. Human rights lawyer Falana. Human rights lawyer and senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has urged Nigerians to be wary of politicians using ethnicity and religion to divide the people for their selfish gains. Falana, alongside other prominent Nigerians, assured that the country will overcome the challenges bedeviling it because it is a country with wonderful opportunities. He spoke to journalists during the inauguration ceremony of the Old Seminarians Association of Nigeria, USAN, in Abuja on Saturday. He said, "This is a country of wonderful opportunities. We have always been united in our diversity. Right now, our country is sharply divided. Christians against Muslims, one ethnic group against another. And these are all diversionary tactics by the ruling class to keep our people divided. Nigeria will not be an Afghanistan, I can assure you of that. That is why all men and women of goodwill must mobilize the people to defend themselves. We need to set up a defense committee in every local government because the security people are overstretched." According to Falana, the problems in different parts of the country are the same and fueled by poverty. Notwithstanding that the northern part of the country has produced more rulers, poverty in the north, particularly in the northwest, is higher than other regions. This is why our people must be united, the oppressed must be united, the exploited must be united, and we must examine those problems that are being used to divide our people. He added, he advised the Nigerian government to collaborate with the states on the challenges facing the country in order to put an end to the widespread crisis and insecurity. Earlier, the chairman of the association, who is also the clerk to the House of Representatives, Chinedu Akabweze, said the values impacted on its members by the Catholic Church had always been a great value in shaping their characters. Based on our principles and values as we as old seminarians and Nigerians have confidence that our togetherness will impact the future or on the future style of the Nigerian society positively, he said. Okay. I mean, I guess Fano is basically repeating what he has been saying since. In conclusion, what he's basically trying to say is everyone needs to be educated and think for themselves. Because when you're saying we need to examine basically ethno-religious crisis, ethno-religious division and manipulation and all that, it has to do with education. You have to be aware you have to be aware and intentionally examine, and I guess that is the thing. However, on the other hand, one can also think that if you're being deprived of all these things, you need to be aware that you are deserving of such, that your resources are being exploited, that you are being exploited, and that in a way should fuel your anger to then point it in the direction of the government. So again, in all this, there's a level of exposure and education, or just awareness that is needed to understand that you are being exploited. I don't know how that's going to happen on a mass scale, because really and truly that's what Nigeria needs for change to really happen and for people to be united. We need to understand that, if anything, the perfection of oppression in the country should be what should make Nigerians united, despite religion and ethnicity. However, religion and ethnicity as an identity has gone so deep that, of course, with other factors, Nigerians have become deeply selfish, in which some ways, yes, you can't justify it because the country is not easy. So I've gotten so selfish where, listen, you're after yourself and yourself only. So when it comes to things like this, it's very sad. It's very sad. What can you do? But really and truly, all this that Falana is saying is going to the wayside to a majority of Nigerians, except those that are able to see and think and understand, are willing to educate those that do not yet see. That is the only effective thing that Nigerians can do right now. I'm not saying I'm going to teach them how to read and write in English, no, but to make them understand that in this life they have to be independent, think for themselves, and understand that they are being exploited. But then again, with the vices, mainly I would say of religion, not gonna lie, A lot of people have been blinded, especially in the north, specifically when I'm saying that, especially the north, to see ways in which what in which they're manipulated, and of course in that way it's basically virtually impossible for them to hold the leaders accountable. And I heard somebody say that, if everyone in Nigeria is oppressed, if you're working class, you're oppressed. It's just that you are the anomaly that finds comfort in different aspects of oppression, where because you find that comfort, you think you can remain there. However, because of how unstable the country is, but how stable oppression is, you can easily fall into a place where you can't even pick yourself up. So really and truly, nothing is guaranteed except you are in political power. So going back to what Falana has said, of course, he's giving the advice of you to be wise and basically be aware. And who is he saying that to? Obviously, he was at an event when he said that. But really and truly, to help the country make it better, that would be very much effective. It's basically for the educated to teach the uneducated, so they know. That's it. That's the best you can do, because really and truly, I think to a large extent, I think the South is ready to go. The South is not the most aware or the most perfect, but the South has a long way to go in, making themselves better as individuals and as a society. However, when you compare to the North, it's demoralizing. How do I even say it? You lose your morale, and it's just because you're just like, how do we even tackle this? This is a population, crazy, right? And it's a choice. People have to make choice to actually, make sure they want change. I'm gonna search up, I think, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm gonna search that, and the first here is physiological needs: food, water, warmth, and rest, which is the basic. And then on top is a pyramid. So obviously, as you go up on the pyramid, you reach your perfect self, apparently your self-fulfillment. That's just the model, which makes sense. But really and truly, I think there's a mix. In my opinion, I think that there's a mix with the first two at the bottom, where it says the first thing that you need to survive, that a human thinks, is food, water, warmth, and rest, which absolutely makes sense. However, on top is safety need, which is security and safety, which, of course, in the Nigerian situation, I think that safety needs to come down first, because if you are not safe, you can't do anything at all. And I guess this makes us actually realize that, and that's why we're now thinking, in hierarchy of needs, let's even try and rearrange it, because really and truly, certain things can happen. Put what you think about this in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.